I hate this channel.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Reesie. This is my beauty channel where we come to slay, especially on a budget. And today I'm going to be telling you guys my tips and tricks on how I received above a 700 credit score within a few months. And I want to just, put you girls on game because it's not cute to be asking people to co-sign for everything that you want to do because you don't have any credit. Like, we need to boss up, flourish, and yeah. So if you want to know my tips and tricks on how to receive a 700 credit score, then stay tuned.
Hi, how can I help you? I want to take out a loan for $8,000. All right, let's get you started, Mr. Griffin. I'm just gonna run your credit. All right, cool. Hey, Romero, come in. What's up, man? Look, he won't loan. I wouldn't loan your ass $1, nigga. I wouldn't loan this nigga a free sample. Oh shit. My credit score going down just by looking at your ugly ass.
So you guys, I am back to you with another video. I took a week off just to get my mental health and my mind, body, and soul back on track and put out content that can help you guys and help you grow as it's helping me grow as a person. So I would be a bad person if I'm not telling you guys how I am making it out here in this hard world, because I know you are my age that you're watching this. Females around my age are watching my channel, so this is the stuff that helps me in my current life right now. I am 24 years old, in school, I have multiple jobs, still live with parents, all that, doing what it takes to be financially free and happy within myself and not struggling out here. I want to share with you my story on how I am, what I am, and why I act the way I act, especially when it comes to money. So yeah, growing up, my parents moved from Texas to California, so we don't have much family out here. We do have family out here, but it's not as much family as we do have in Texas. So my parents were struggling when they came out to LA. Yeah, it was hard for them, and watching them struggle, and always, I don't want to say they always complained about money, but they always complained about money, to the point it forms like it shaped my way of thinking about money. And so I was super scared to be homeless. Like, I was so scared. Like, I don't want to end up on the streets. I don't want to be broke. So whatever I do, I have to save as much money as I can. And that was just my mindset when I was young. Like, in elementary school, middle school, and high school, I always had some type of hustle to where I'm making money on the side. Always kept in my mind that I can't go over a certain amount of money, or else that's me just being broke, even though I did have money saved up. So it's all about mindset when it comes to money. That's like, my story of the day. I use Credit Karma. That I was introduced to Credit Karma when I was 19 years old. I am 24 now. My mom introduced me to Credit Karma. I use Credit Karma to find credit cards that would accept me, because I didn't have any credit. Like, when I was trying to get a phone on my own, phone companies except for Sprint was like denying me. They're like, you don't have any credit, we don't trust you, all that. So I had to stick with Sprint. Sprint was kind enough to trust me, and yeah, so I ended up getting my phone. So that was my first line of credit, was my phone bill, which then a lot of credit cards denied me because I didn't have enough credit. So Capital One, the student card, because I am currently a college student. So, you know, if you are new, I highly recommend you find credit cards that help younger people out, especially college students, because their interest rates are low, and they tend to trust you and be more forgiving of first couple months you miss a payment. So rule number one on ways that affects your credit card is your credit card. I'm looking on my phone because I have notes. So is the credit card usage. So it's not in any particular order, but when I explain this $300 rule, you only can spend 30% of that 300, or else it will negatively affect your credit card. So what that means is if they only give me $300 and I can only spend 30%, that's $90. So I have a $90 window to spend on anything I choose from with that credit card. Mind you, if you go over $91, that's going to negatively affect your card. Point blank. That's all I gotta say. To really raise your credit score to 700 and more, don't go over 12%. So 30% is the rule number one. But if you want your credit to be popping, if you want to be like, yeah, I got excellent credit, don't go over 12%. Because if you go over 12%, that can negatively affect your score, but not as much as if it was 30%. So my credit score right now is right here, 772, and went up 7 points. I'll tell you guys how I, reached up to that right now, because it was at like 750, but now it's at 770 because I did something major to my credit to where it boosted up my credit score. But I'm breaking you down like, the beginner steps of it. Say for those that are watching this and already has credit card and has already a lot of debt, this can be my number 2 on how to help that. And this is what I did to reach 772. I did put my college tuition on my credit card, which was exactly 30% of my credit card. So it did kind of negatively affect my credit score, but I knew by paying that off, it can reach even higher than what my credit score was. Payment history, and what I did was my minimum payment was $40, and so I did end up doing $250 a month to pay off my credit card. Even though you have a minimum payment, don't just pay the minimum payment. Pay the minimum payment and some more, and as much as you can. Try to pay off your credit cards as much as you can, while try to save as much money too. But the number 1 rule in finance is when you get extra money, don't just spend it. Don't just try to store it away. Try to pay off debt first and then save money, because it's super hard to save money and you have debt, because then you're like if you're young, go with trying to pay off as much debt as possible, because having a high credit score is more important than having a lot of money. Because it's better to have a high credit score and less money, because companies can trust that you are able to pay, you're able to find a way to pay for whatever you're trying to get. But if you have a lot of money and a bad credit, they think
shit, I'm in debt just by running his shit. Oh shit, a loan. Somebody need to loan your ass some credit, boy. Hey, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna loan your ass the front door.
Now you have to find other people that can trust you to pay for these and to co-sign to pay for like a home loan, a car, all that. That's what I did. So try to pay off your debt as fast and soon as possible. That's like the number one rule. Like, just try to pay it off. You'll have less stress, because I know I stress when I have like debt to pay for. So I rather just try to get it over with as fast as I can, so I can stress less, be happy, be mindful, and yeah. So another way that affects your credit score is your derogatory remarks. This I'm not really affected on because I'm still young. I haven't filed for bankruptcy, or there is no fraudulent activity with my personal self. But this is what I really like about Credit Karma, because they track all of that. So they give you accounts, a list of accounts that passwords that you might be using is unsafe, and then what you need to do is change the passwords to limit the fraudulent activity that could happen to your accounts. So yeah, fraud, bankruptcy can hurt your credit super bad. Like, that's the big one. Like, that's the one where it's like it takes years, like a decade, to get out of that funk. So try not to, apply for bankruptcy. Try not to do any type of fraudulent activities at all. So I kept that one short and sweet because I don't think you aren't in that, but yeah. So you guys, I do have way more important material for you guys to raise your credit score to 700 within a few months, 90 days. And YouTube is hating and I can't go over 15 minutes, so I will definitely have a part 2. So please stick around until next week, and I will have a part 2 for you guys to reach to your credit score and buy your dream home, car, anything you ever dreamed of will be available to you if you follow these steps. So I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down your favorite step out of the 3 steps I showed you, and I will have 3 more next week. Love you guys so much. Bye. Call it